He recently said that his plan is to beat you, beat Belal and win the belt, and then go up to 185 and fight Khamzat Chimaev. Did you see this? And do you think he's looking too far ahead right now, considering the challenge he has in front of him on Saturday?
Yeah, I think he's going to stumble in the first step.
All right, everybody, let us say hello to the undefeated Shavkat Rakhmonov. He returns to action on Saturday in the co-main event of UFC 310. He stays on the card after welterweight champ Belal Muhammad was forced out due to injury, but now he puts his title shot on the line against Ian Machado Garry in a 5-rounder. Shavkat, good to see you again. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes, it's great to have you here. Great to have Syed here as well, the translator and manager to the stars. But first things first, Shavkat, you had a title shot. It was yours, and you could have waited for Belal Muhammad to recover, walk right into a title fight, but instead, you stay on this card, no interim belt on the line, and you're fighting another undefeated fighter in Ian Machado Garry. Why did you make this decision?
Бірінші себебі мен бір жыл болды төбелеспегеніме, соның үшін маған тағы да Белалды күту керек емес. Неге дегенде
the main reason is because I didn't fight for almost a year, and we don't know how much it will take for Belal to come back and to recover. So this date, I wanted to fight on this date to stay active, and that's why I agreed to fight Ian Garry.
We obviously don't see this happen all the time, but as we've talked about in the past, some people say, look, Shavkat is very good. He's finishing everybody, but he doesn't have that high-ranking signature win on the resume. And is there a part of you deep down that took this fight knowing, okay, if I win this fight, this is going to shut everybody up?
Yeah, әрине. Кейбіреулер маған кішкене сомнение ұстап отыр. Әрине, мен өзіме сомнение ұстамаймын. Мен тек қана жеңісті ойлап, жеңіске жетемін.
Yeah, for sure. Some people have doubts in me, but I don't doubt myself. And, probably after the fight with Ian Garry, they'll change their mind.
You guys have trained before. That's been out there. And I know it's not the same as what things will be like in the fight on Saturday. And there's talk of sparring footage that both of you have different perspectives on. And you say those were really tough days for Ian. Why is that?
Жоқ, әрине, спарринг кезінде ондай қатты күшпен жұмыс жасаған жоқпыз. Көбірек не десем болады.
Yeah, no, for sure. We had a really light sparring sessions. No one was going 100%. It was a technical control sparring. So I don't take too much out of it. Ian Garry is a great and strong opponent, and I don't take this fight easy, because of his past experience.
What did you make of his wins against Jeff Neal and MVP? Those are obviously some steps up, some ranked competition. He won both of those fights, but some people feel like he was tested, and some people like to throw out the exposed thing. I didn't really think that, but what were your thoughts on his wins over Jeff Neal and Michael Page?
Yeah, екі бойда өте тартысты болды. Судьялар не десем болады. Екеуіне де нақты біреуін жеңді деп айту қиын. Сондықтан да предпочтение судьяларды Ian Garry болды. Бірақ не десем болады.
Yeah, it was two competitive fights, pretty close. Judges thought that Ian won. It could have went either way. That's why, if you don't want to leave any questions, you have to finish fights. But Ian won both these fights by decision, so that's what happens in the UFC sometimes.
He recently said that his plan is to beat you, beat Belal and win the belt, and then go up to 185 and fight Khamzat Chimaev. Did you see this? And do you think he's looking too far ahead right now, considering the challenge he has in front of him on Saturday?
Yeah,
I think he's going to stumble in the first step.
Fair enough. You had mentioned that other names were offered, Usman, Colby, even Carlos Prates, which I had heard as well. That would have obviously been an interesting fight. And then obviously Ian is stepping in there on Saturday. If the UFC had said to you, Shavkat, all of these guys are in and you get to choose, who would you have chosen?
Usman.
Why is that?
Почему? Because he's higher ranked than me. He's a former champion. And I believe he's the strongest opponent from 4 of them. That's why I wanted this fight.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were expecting that one, but you're fighting Ian Machado Garry on Saturday, big fight. How does this all go down, in your opinion?
It will end with my hand being raised, with my victory.
Last couple of things. Has the UFC given you any sort of time frame on Belal's return? Have they said, hey, Shavkat, if you win this fight, Belal will be ready around this time? Anything about that at all? I know you're focused on Ian, but any talks of that in any way?
No, to be honest, we're still yet to find out about it.
Fair enough. And then last thing, before this fight with Ian was booked, Colby Covington said that he wanted to take this fight with you, and that didn't happen. And Ian came in, and now Colby is taking Ian's spot next weekend against Joaquin Buckley. Were you surprised by that? And how do you think that fight goes?
Yeah,
I wasn't surprised, but I don't know who's going to win, but I believe Buckley have more chance to get the W.
Fair enough. Shavkat, Shavkat, thank you for the time. I'm looking forward to this fight. I think it's admirable putting your title shot on the line against a very good fighter like Ian Machado Garry. This does not happen every day in the UFC or in the sport, but thank you again for the time. All the best to you in the fight on Saturday.
Thank you.